Oh, whoops. Oh, sorry, just thought I was having a laugh with our best friend, Kate.
Hiya.
Oh, it's on the show tonight, Kate.
I'm not sure.
No,
It's a letdown.
you don't have to know either, because this guy's going to tell you.
All right, geezers, this is Hamish and Annie's Euro Gap Year, an adventure that will see a couple of plonkers go everywhere from Russia to Venice and right here in London. It's going to be bigger, bolder, and most of all, it's going to be European-ier. Tonight, however,
Jeez, I'm going to be sick.
Hamish and Andy seriously consider jumping off this bloody massive bridge in Bosnia.
What's the #1 thing to remember as you're standing at the edge?
May God help you.
They go head-to-head in about a translation racing from Italy.
Impazze del Generanimana del Cefalianiace.
And I forgot the best bit, rabbits jumping over things.
Oh my God!
Not a bad little telly show if you ask me.
Thank you for the very first episode of Euro Gap Year, and welcome to the Lord Stanley, the pub that was once decrepit, and we've lovingly renovated it back to life.
You bet we have, Ando. And you know what owning a pub means? You beauty! Loving life, loving you, loving him. TV's the best, you're the best. That's the best, okay. He's the best.
Okay, I should point out at this point, although we have taps, we don't have any beer connected whatsoever.
No.
And so that's...
No, obviously not. That's what I'm saying. Just the atmosphere is great. And I take nothing back. I love you. You're the best.
We're pumped to have everybody here to show you our adventures through Europe. And we want to kick things off. We'd like to kick things off with a little trip we took to Bosnia that would determine whether we were men or mice.
That's true, but just before we get into this, I would like to put on the record, let's not hate mice. You know what I'm saying? Because mice are great. Some like Danger Mouse, Mighty Mouse, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, they're the best of the mice. I don't...
Yeah.
Don't clap that.
Thank you. Let's hear it for Mickey.
Okay, we were aiming to be men at this point.
Just saying, if any of us displayed mouse-like tendencies, they're still heroes and could be in charge of the Disney Corporation.
Yeah. The setting for this was the small ancient town of Mostar. We flew to Bosnia and headed for the small town of Mostar, a city named after the word Mostari, which means bridge keepers. They've kept this bridge, and it is a place where young men...
I mean, well, let's be honest, they're hunks.
...jump to prove their coming of age. It is 25 metres high. I thought death height was 18 metres.
Sounds like a Jean-Claude Van Damme film. Where you got him jumping from 19 and some sort of fluke saving him. Well, life ain't a JCV film, man.
As much as you want it to be.
JCVD, sorry.
3 hours later, and oh no, did we get a parking ticket? Damn. We arrived.
How'd you sleep?
Good. Actually came down with a small case of extreme terror during the night, which has remained with me this morning.
Are you wearing a parachute?
I wish there was a parachute. Just got towel, final notes, asthma medication, floaties,
All the tough stuff.
cyanide pill.
As you can probably tell, I wasn't that thrilled with this idea.
Oh, why does the bridge go up? Go down, go down.
You should have been a reverse arch. Wow.
Oh, we can't do that. That's silly. That's higher than some planes get. Oh, jeez, I'm gonna be sick.
I didn't actually expect to do that.
I'm gonna be sick.
I think there's snow on the top of that bridge.
My leg, I just got a telegram from my legs and they just said, no way. They didn't say hi, they didn't say goodbye. They're obviously that angry, they're not moving.
Let's do it.
Don't touch me.
We were invited into the clubhouse to meet the local Mostar men who plan to teach us how to jump.
This room, is this room just for bridge jumpers? Is this a clubhouse?
Ovo je u sklopu kluba, a odavde potiče ta tradicija u skakanju.
This is where the tradition started, so years and years and years back.
rich traders would sit up here and do business and stuff, and the children in the town wanted to somehow impress them and earn a bit of money, so they came across the idea of jumping off the bridge so that the traders could see them from here, and then they'd get gold coin for jumping.
How old are the guys in the town when they first take their jump?
Juniora, mlađi skakača.
So 13 to 14 is the juniors,
Yeah, cool.
as they're known as.
I noticed they all had big bottles of water. Is it important to stay hydrated?
Polijemo se da izjednačimo
A polijet. Aha, ja sam mislila popjet.
Ja.
Okay, so you
vodka.
drink a little bit, but actually you pour it on yourself, so on your chest area, the heart, the veins, so you can cool yourself down a bit.
Izjednačimo
Before
temperaturu.
Because
you
obviously,
jump.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's really hot outside and the water's really cold, so you don't want to. It doesn't want to be a shock to your system
So
once you hit the
Voda
water.
je
It's got
9
temperature
stepeni.
issues as well.
Yeah.
What's the worst injury that's happened out there?
Do bolnice je preminuo.
So before the war, one guy did die. So that's the worst
That would be
injury.
the worst one, yeah. The old,
But generally,
Dose of
it's
death.
tourists who get injured.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
thank God
that's-
we're locals.
It was at this point that the diving hunks and their magnificent trunks demonstrated just how easy
Hard.
the jump would be.
See, that's enough. That's man. You're a man, as far as I'm concerned. Well done. He's gone.
Whoa!
Oh my God. Oh, it's just far longer than makes any sense in the air. I'm so not happy about this. I'm fighting my brain at the moment. My brain is screaming, kick Andy in the head, get the car keys, get out of here.
Think the opposite. Just think the opposite.
Kick myself in the head, give you my car keys, you drive off the bridge.
To cure Haim's nerves and ensure it was safe to jump, the professionals took us to a 7-metre practice platform. The locals offered us a few tips, and I think Haim was gaining some confidence.
Essentially, you just had to be a straight rod upon entry to the water.
That's a good example.
Just not even that big, and I'm just. Oh, this is the worst.
What was that?
It was a good try.
You don't lead with your head, mate.
That was a face plant. Said, can't do that off the bridge.
Can't do that off
basically.
the bridge. He wouldn't recommend Hamish jumping.
No.
Što se mene tiče, jel ja?
That's his personal
skočit će ja.
opinion.
Evo, jednom će im skočiti
Well,
neki.
he is the professional.
Yeah. So he's saying, you know,
On se ne treba, to je sad njegova greška što se on koči i onda naš.
Yeah.
Znači, treba opušteno da skoči.
you have to be more relaxed, basically.
I sort of was hoping that just you get points for going off, but you don't. You got to do it properly.
There was genuine concern, so Haim was given one more chance to prove his technique was safe enough to jump from the bridge.
Žive u nekoj.
Yeah!
50% of jumps successful. That's great odds before you head to the 25-metre bridge.
Stick around, everybody. You can see whether Haim flies or whether he dies straight after this on more Gap Year. Everybody, and when we left you last, we were in Bosnia, walking to the top of a 25-metre bridge with the plan to jump off. Now, to put that in perspective as far as the height goes for everybody, think of a 10-metre platform. It's 2.5 times the height of that.
I think that diagram's a bit confusing, actually, because I'm scared of heights. I find it easier to visualise if you were a bee, it's like jumping off 12 crumpets. And you can see how scared that bee is right now. And it's got wings. And we don't have wings. So
I'm not quite sure what you're doing here.
we're braver than a bee. We're braver than this bee. That's a visual comparison.
You at home and here can decide whether we were braver than bees.
What?
We're in the middle of Bosnia, about to jump off the Mostar Bridge, and Haim had just come off a faceplant during practice.
Hey, I've got legitimate concern after your first jump.
Me too.
Yeah.
The river kicked me in the head and I wasn't even that close.
For final advice, we sat down with Mostar diving legend, Amir Balic.
What does it mean for a man to jump off the bridge?
Ića je najveća želja u odrastanju da skoči sa strane.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like a kind of coming of age thing. And if the guys who had jumped, they had their little club. It was, you know, it wasn't really necessarily said, but it was like, we've jumped, so we're men.
What's the number one thing to remember as you're standing at the edge about to jump off?
Da vam kažem što se tiče, hoćete li na glavu ili na neki?
Are you sporting types, he's asking?
He did circus tricks instead of sports at school.
Accidentally, yeah. I do a little bit of boxercise.
Neka vam je Bog na pomoći.
Said, may God help you.
It was the time no one had been waiting for.
Well, that wasn't going to help. Step off a boy, come out of the water a man. Maybe a dead man, but at least a man.
My shrieking's probably going to stop me from entering manhood. I was keen to keep delaying, but apparently destiny was upon us. There's just a bull running around in my head, just kicking everything over. Just sheer terror.
You promise me you'll see me down there?
Yeah, I'll see you down there. Hopefully via jumping and not the walk of shame. Damn, he really did. Damn.
So cool. I've winded myself. I don't think I should do it.
I'm so glad I couldn't hear Andy at that moment. Stepping over this railing was without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever done.
I'm not joking. It's the most amazing bungee.
Ooh, and a wetsuit wedgie too. Think of the thickness. It went up me. The river went up me.
We'd done it. We'd made the transition from boys to men, but not without its side effects.
Bosnia has touched me in a way that I didn't exactly consent to, but a way I'll never forget.
For anyone who has been tackled by running water at 70 k's an hour, you might know how our bodies felt, but if you haven't, here's an example of how your body can look the next day. That's Haim's thigh.
Thank God it's under my beauty spot. So close to ruining my trademark, thank God. This picture, Andy's bruise was a bit more kind of arsey, so we can't quite show it to you. That's him icing his bruise. No, it is a selfie, and it wasn't sent to me. But then I looked on coolbutteredhunks.com and it was their front page. So it all made sense. Unfortunately, we can't just look at pictures of our bodies bruised all night because we do need to talk about our favourite part of the week, Paris.
Oh yes, when we came across here, our parents said to us, "You've got to go to Paris on a sightseeing tour. It's just so beautiful,
so special, so special. See the sights." We said to them, "Hang on, if we both see the sights of Paris, isn't that 2 sets of eyeballs halving the specialness of Paris?" The maths works.
It does. So we decided one of us would go across on a sightseeing tour and the other one would be blindfolded with headphones on, still go across on a no sightseeing tour.
We decided to toss a coin to find out who would be blindfolded for the no sightseeing tour.
I kind of figured it was my birthday at the time, so maybe a good mate would just let me go.
No, as I said at the time, if the coin gods take pity on the birthday boy, so be it. But we'll see who wins.
Instead of telling you exactly who won, see if you can tell by looking at our facial expressions right now.
I got it. I gave it away, sorry. But I did keep a diary of the day. Dear Diary, this week I went to Paris with my friend Andy. This is him. We have been friends since we were teenagers and done lots of things, but we've never been to Paris before. Unfortunately, due to a bet, Andy had to be blindfolded and wear headphones, but I wasn't going to let that get in the way of us having the best time ever in one of Europe's wonders. The first stop was a traditional brasserie, which is French for La Paqueta. Ooh la la, that rouge wine is good. But we couldn't stay eating all day. We had sights to stand in front of. I can't wait till you find out you've been here. Oh, looks like we weren't the only ones who knew about this Paris place.
It's taken ages. Home? Home.
I'm back. Sorry. I just went to tell them to hurry up. Don't you reckon it's taken ages? But let me tell you, Diary, the wait was worth it. Bloody magnificent. I sensed Andy was in the mood for some art, so I decided to take him to one of the 7 wonders of the art world. No, not the dogs playing poker, but the Monique Lisa, or Mona Lisa as the French call her. Oh, you visited the Mona Lisa, Andy. You can tell your grandkids about that. But let's face it, Paris is about les femmes, women. And the best place to see les femmes is the Moulin Rouge. God, I can feel how excited you are. I'm excited as well. It's going to be great.
Really big a long day.
It's kind of like Phantom of the Opera, but with more masks and less tops. He was so excited, he pretty much just sat there really amazed and thankful while I absorbed the show and tried to follow the storyline. Because I'm a terrific wingman, I even organised for him to go backstage and meet the stars. Where do you think you are?
Lobby?
Of the hotel?
Yeah, it seems a bit brighter through the mask.
I'm going to tell you where you are.
Yep.
We're backstage at the Moulin Rouge, alright?
Are people naked?
Yes. I wish he was allowed to take that blindfold off, but I know how much he likes obeying the rules of bets, so I just tried to remember that this is exactly what he wants, to not see this stuff. It was a really great day in Paris. I've never seen a city like it. Neither has Andy.
There's still lots to come, so don't bloody go anywhere.
This is big. Forget Australia big, this is big.
The boys race a couple of proper cabbies around London.
Move it!
Good luck with that. There's that rabbit jumping I was telling you about.
I want that trophy.
Rabbit jumping, oh my word. And Hamish and Andy face off in Italy for translation racing.
Lee makes contact.
City upon the couch, I think of all.
And there's the shoe throw. Quite the temper indeed.
Welcome back to our Euro Gap Year. One thing we did last year on our show, which we thoroughly enjoyed, was...
Hamish
versus Andy.
I've got something in my eye.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Okay. This week on Hamish versus Andy, we chose translation racing as our competition, which tests our ability to speak another language.
We both had to approach locals in another country and try and speak to them in their own tongue. A random sentence would be fed to us via a hidden earpiece, and we had to try and repeat that. If you did that well enough for the person to understand, you got a point.
A little bit of a blow for Andy because the country that was selected for us to compete in was Italy. And as lots of people know, Io sono un ottavo Italiano. I am 1/8 Italian. So, big trouble for Ando.
I wasn't concerned.
Well, the time has arrived to kick off this year's European races in Europe. My name's Ian Danter, there are some flags, and today we're in Italy for some translation racing. With a rules refresher, here's Ryan Shelton.
Translation racing sees two English-speaking competitors enter a non-English-speaking country to see whom can best communicate with the locals. Firstly, they must listen for the translated phrase and then accurately repeat it. If the local understands, 1 point is awarded. Back to you.
Grazie, Ryan. Our two competitors make their way out onto the Piazza Duomo. Our official today is Tabitha, who will not only translate the phrases for our competitors, but also adjudicate them. Must be budget cuts. Having won the toss, Andy Lee is set to kick things off, and it's time for round one. Now, we understand Lee likes the ladies, but will the ladies understand Lee? Well, I think we're about to find out.
Scusa?
Sì. Che data è oggi?
There's the phrase.
Chi ta oggi?
Cosa?
Cosa?
Non capisco.
Oh no, trouble for Lee. Can he pull it back?
Che data è oggi?
Oggi è il 5 maggio.
It is indeed the 5th! Successfully right out of the gate!
Got the date. He hasn't got our date with her, so he's not as happy as he should be.
Lee is on the board, but it almost went horribly wrong. Let's have a look at it again. Yes, you can quite clearly see the utter confusion in her face. Here, here, and here. That's all ancient Italian history now, because Lee is one up early. Hamish readies himself. Having some problems with the earpiece there, but it looks like he's spotted his target. The phrase is selected.
Can you point me in the direction of the nearest museum?
Mi puoi indicare dov'è il museo più vicino?
Mi puoi indicare il museum vicino?
That's not easy peasy pizzeria.
Museo di là.
But they look like directions to me. Tabitha immediately confirms it. Pass! Blake levels things up at 1 apiece.
Le Museum de Victoria. Museum Victory.
Lee knows he has to create an Italian masterpiece to stay ahead. He appears to have a lock on a man with a soft perm.
Scusa?
Lee makes contact, and now he must stall.
Sai se ci sono partite di calcio oggi in TV?
Sasa 5 ora calcia in TV.
Oh, no. Lee's butchered that. He calls for the repeat.
Sai se ci sono partite di calcio oggi in TV?
Sa si può calcia in TV.
There is literally blood in the square after that effort from Lee. But let's look at the waveform comparison. Well, as you can see, there's no comparison whatsoever. It's like chalk and cheese. Ah, and there's the shoe throw. Well, he better watch himself there. He has been warned about that in the past. Quite the temper indeed. Well, while we have a small lull in proceedings, we'll cross to Ryan Shelton at another translation race going on in Spain today. Ryan?
Yes, it's very cold and windy weather here in Spain today for a translation race. I'm joined by Spanish official Juan Carlo Garcia. Juan, do you think the weather's going to affect the competitors' performance at all today?
Pues los dos son tan competitivos que no imagino que el mal tiempo les pueda afectar demasiado.
It's probably going to be fine, I guess. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Ryan.
No, thank you.
I have to cut you off there, Ryan.
No.
We have some movement from Blake, who has a big opportunity to take the lead.
Oh, scusa.
Hamish arrogantly throws in a scusa all three.
Sai un posto dove si mangia nelle vicinanze?
In posto del Gelorone Maledizia.
What the hell was that? Blake rubbishing the Italian language, and she's questioning his mental state. And to tell you the truth, so am I.
Io sono gatto.
Blake throws out an unauthorized phrase. It sounded like he said something about a cat. That's going to cost him 1 penalty point, making things very difficult for him in the danger round.
The danger round is just like the first round, but the phrases are more dangerous. Back to you.
Well, folks, this is it. This is what the crowd comes to see. Lee picks the target.
Old guy with grey beard, jacket on.
Yeah, I got him.
Lee has smartly selected an older, more conservative-looking gentleman. Now the danger phrase. Lee likes what he sees.
Me la sono fatta addosso.
Me sono date Ciaccio.
Oh, that's no good.
Again.
Blake calls for
Me
the
la
repeat.
sono fatta addosso.
Me la sono fatta dopo.
Much better from Blake. The gentleman suitably disturbed. And with one filthy phrase, Blake takes the lead. Blake now just discovering what he's actually said.
I've gone to the toilet in my pants.
That's why he's pointing at the fountain.
Blake takes the double point, and the gentleman still can't quite believe what he's just heard. But now it comes down to this. One last chance for Lee to steal the win.
Subject.
This lady here, perfect. Chambray shirt.
Scusa?
Posso vedere le tue mutande?
There's the danger phrase.
Posso avere le tue mutande?
She understands it, and as you'd expect, she's disgusted.
It is a pass.
It's a dirty, dirty, weird pass.
It doesn't matter, Hamish, because that's the game, that's the sport, and that is how you win translation racing. And always remember, kids, don't you get lost in translation.
Which means he is now in possession of the Lord Stanley Cup, a very sacred and sought-after trophy, which I will now present to him in an elaborate presentation ceremony. And the ceremony is complete.
More gap year after this.
Abbey Road Studios, Ando. Hey, you know what we should do? Do the old crossing the road photo. Recreate it like the Beatles.
I think people have done that before.
No one's done it since them. We'd be the second people ever to do it.
Someone doing it right now.
Are they doing it? We'll be the third people to do it. That's pretty good.
Welcome back to our Euro Gap Year, everybody, here at the Lord Stanley Pub.
We've been getting around Europe a little bit. Let me tell you a little bit about getting around London, for those that haven't been. Let's just say you're in a street called Old Kent Road, but you want to get to Pall Mall. How are you going to get there? Easy. Roll a 10, go past King's Cross Station, go through jail, just visit, remember, don't actually get in jail. If you get to the electricity company, you've gone too far. That's Pall Mall.
Yeah, that is the extent of Hamish's navigational knowledge of London.
It's that easy. Usually I go dressed as a thimble or a Scotty dog.
We went to see people that are far more knowledgeable. London cabbie drivers. They are amazing at getting around. They apparently know every single shortcut. But we wondered, how important is that knowledge these days? We wanted to put a challenge to them. Could they beat the best navigator in the entire world?
Thank you, Andy. Yes, could they beat me?
I was referring to the GPS. Could they beat a GPS system in today's day and age?
But I'll be holding the GPS, so it's the best team in the world.
Black cabs, famous in London largely because of the people that drive them.
They're called cabbies, from the Latin word cabbius, god of directions and air freshener.
The cabbies hang out in these green shelters, and we were lucky enough to be invited in.
Oh, okay, you weren't joking about it being tight.
Meet Steve and John, both experienced cab drivers having completed the 3-year intensive examination of London's streets, roads and shortcuts to pass what's known as the knowledge.
So what's the test? What's the hardest bit of the test?
Well, it's a verbal test. They just ask you questions on a blue book, which is pink.
So they might say, for instance, travel from here to Big Ben, name all the streets?
You're sitting down, take me from London University to Cannon Street Station, please.
Yep, easy.
So you have to run it, leave it on the left Mallet Street, left Montague Place, comply Russell Square, leave by Southampton Row, left Theobald Road.
Okay, they know their streets.
This place covers 800 square miles. This is big. Forget Australia big, this is big.
Is there a black cab driver that's the best?
Fred Alsco.
Fred Alsco?
If Freddie walked in here, would there be a bit of...
Oh, they'd all know where he was. Yeah,
give him a bacon sandwich.
Bookworm, always. Yeah.
And also, it's like most things...
Sad, really.
As Hames' bacon sandwich arrived, we set out the rules of our challenge.
We are here to honestly compare gut instinct versus the knowledge.
Well, we're using Google Maps.
You've got no gut.
Gut instinct and Google. My gut tells me to look at Google, and I often follow the gut.
Ando nipped off to get our car as I asked for some final advice.
What is the #1 rule as a navigator in London, what's the overarching rule?
Don't hit nothing.
Don't hit nothing.
All right, they were keeping their cards close to their chest, but we knew they didn't have all 4 aces because we had one up our sleeve.
Great. All right.
I knew it.
For 5 bacon sandwiches, may the best team win.
Good luck.
So it was John and his cab, efficient, spacious and purpose-built for London roads.
Versus us and our Ferrari. It's red, has 3 pipes, lots of buttons, fancy wheels, got a horse.
Right, so we're going to Trinity Square. Now, they would expect us to take the direct route.
Best way to go down Bouchan, Kings Road, Eaton Square, up the Birdcage Walk, turn left, straight through.
No problem.
That's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Is there anything we should avoid? Is there any that does that look like a main street?
Anything we should avoid? I don't think so.
We definitely avoid Constitution Hill because it's shut.
That's shut.
All right, straight, left, right.
Where the blue dot?
Yeah, so
straight ahead.
Great.
Here we go! Red line, red line, red line. Everyone slow down, obviously.
Where are they now? They've probably gone. They've gone.
They've gone.
They've gone.
Where are they? Have you seen them pull out? Are they going the same way we're going?
I can't see them. Probably in the lead.
I love being in the lead. Sneakily, we were away, but so were our learned friends.
Put your toe down now. Don't muck about. I always said you was a good driver. I lied.
Helen worked out that Constitution Hill is closed.
We did work it out by cheating and asking someone.
Constitution Hill's closed. Is it? Constitution Hill's closed. That was like 80% of my plan.
So things weren't going great for us, but across town they were having problems of their own.
What's going on here?
It's the bus.
Jesus Christ almighty. Looks like I picked a wrong one here. Right on the right side now, John boy.
I know.
Get out of the way!
Hamish assured me his gut instincts were spot on, but I questioned that.
I was led to believe this was sort of a bit of an off-the-map area.
Piccadilly Circus.
We're racing a Ferrari across London. Yeah, he never told us it was a Ferrari when he started, the swine. You never trust these Australians, I tell you.
You sure?
No.
Third left. To the bottom of the road, turn right.
I'd prefer a couple down.
They were gaining ground, maybe due to the fact that my navigator was a little distracted.
How you going, kids? Stay in school, get a good education, work hard, save up, then you can rent one for an hour as well. Alright? Let this car inspire you. Move it! People love it when guys in Ferraris beep them. They're like, yeah, there's a guy that knows what he wants.
The horn had worked.
It wasn't the horn.
Well, it still got us some clear road.
We should have stuck one of those trackers on the Ferrari.
You should have let the tyres down.
Do a bit of Fast and the Furious. Paul Walker this. Paul Walker! Woo! I'm probably Vin Diesel. Because of all my tats.
We'd travelled 5 miles in just under 33 minutes. That's not so bad for London traffic. And as we took our last turn, we wondered, had we done this?
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
How long have you been waiting?
About an hour.
You meant this Trinity Square. I'll show you the way we went. We were going to go down Constitution Hill, but that was closed. Right. So we pulled the Piccadilly switch. You know about that?
Oh, no, that's brilliant, man.
In all seriousness, though, was that?
That's crap.
A solid loss. But I really hope we haven't talked anyone out of buying a Ferrari. Just $319,000, drive away.
Not great. Stick around, everybody, because we're going to take you to Sweden next and the ultra-competitive world of rabbit jumping. Welcome back to our Euro Gap Year.
Good evening, Euro Gap Year. Andy, good evening.
Home?
Andy.
Yes. Where are you, mate?
I am in the chillaxed lounge area, about to talk about our trip to Sweden. Where are you?
Yeah, I thought we were going to do that at the bar, but that's fine. We don't have a lot of time, so you...
No, we decided we would do it at the lounge area. Crossing live here now.
Okay, you've decided that, so that's fine. You just do it by yourself.
No, I'll have to do it with you. Just stall, and then I'll come over and tell everyone about the rabbit jumping in Sweden. Just keep talking. Keep talking. Just make something up. No one knows. How's it going? Okay, good evening, Eurogap here. Everyone's having the best time ever here in the bar. I don't have a lot of time.
Okay, you've blown it. We are out of time. But this was our trip to Sweden.
I'm so sorry.
There are a few things that come to mind when you travel to Sweden. IKEA, Volvos, and...
Oh, Green Anders, the Swedish Colin Jackie O.
Of course. And rabbit jumping, a sport where humans get tiny rabbits to do amazing things. We were off to purchase our own bunny for an upcoming event, and Haim thought it was important for us to look like locals so we didn't get ripped off.
Andy, willkommen! Viking battle horn. Trust me, everyone in Sweden has a Viking horn.
No one.
And fear me, Sweden! How's that sound?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
We headed off to meet our rabbit breeder, Julia.
I'm dizzy. I've used all my oxygen. I'm nervous buying a rabbit now because we don't know what to look for in a rabbit.
Let's pretend we do. I think
I don't even know what this sport is.
I don't think...
She's going to play us for idiots.
I think Julia's nice. I think Julia wants to help us.
Well, it's the only rabbit contact we have in Sweden, and I'm surprised we even have one. Julia showed us her backyard rabbit hero training facility.
Yeah.
These are the jumps.
These are the jumps.
And the rabbits can jump that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know if I could jump it. Yeah, turns out I could.
Really good jump, Haim.
Who's the most famous rabbit jumper?
He's called Skåningen.
Skåningen.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And, well, he fathered a lot of rabbits, so everyone, most jump rabbits.
Sorry, is he a person or a rabbit?
It's a rabbit.
Because, yeah, I don't know if we could show that on TV if Skåningen fathered a lot of rabbits. Well, legally, that's a huge relief. It was time to pick a rabbit.
Do we want a male or a female jumper? Which one's jump?
I only have 2 males and they're both young, so I'd say a female.
So we're going to get a girl. Well, your dream come true. You've come to buy a girl out of a cage. Good fun.
Yeah.
Who's this brown one down here?
Fabian.
Fabio? The most beautiful rabbit in the world.
Julia, I just need a quick chat with my for a second.
Okay. Un momento, Julia.
Okay. I reckon there's 2 we want to go for. We've studied a few of them.
I don't mind that brown one.
Left. Socks.
You want socks? Yeah. Well, do we say we want socks? Because then she's going to jack the price through the roof. Julia, so we were thinking...
we really like that one over there. Yeah, but that one's your...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess
okay, well, we're walking.
No, well, maybe we have a look at socks. Is that one available?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll take socks. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Can we meet socks?
Yeah.
That's how you buy a rabbit.
Our plan worked. Socks was ours.
I'm very happy with your socks.
But like purchasing a car, we requested a test drive.
So, Julia, one of us will have to pilot
Yeah.
the rabbit.
Gotta be honest with you, Endo. Not loving socks as a name for the champion. Got any ideas for... Could we call her Lenny Rabbits?
Yeah.
You cool with Lenny Rabbits? I think Lenny Rabbits is a pretty good...
Lenny!
Lenny! Oh
Sorry.
Oh yeah, Lenny loves to jump. It's time we hopped off to the tournament. I can't believe this is a real thing. That's probably where I'm at the moment. I can't believe this is a real thing.
It was a real thing, with real trophies, real ribbons, and real rabbits.
How's it feeling? Are you nervous?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous as well.
How many rabbits are competing today?
I think it's 13.
13? We're never gonna win. This is madness.
Haim was panicked, but he had a right to be. There were some amazing competitors. None more fierce than Isaac, the Iceman. Isaac,
how long have you been rabbit jumping for?
5 years.
5 years. What's your rabbit's name?
Her name is Isel.
Isel.
Yeah.
Should we be worried about this one? Is this one any good?
No, she's very...
No, I didn't scared of it.
Yeah.
Is she a good jumper?
Good, yeah, she's a very good jumper.
Yeah.
My best.
Ooh, fighting words from a 15-year-old, but we weren't even that scared, really. The crowd gathered as more rabbits took to the arena. There was triumph. There was tragedy. And we drew closer to Lenny's run. Look at that trophy. I want that trophy.
I know you do, Ham, but the Iceman may have other plans.
This rabbit's good. That rabbit's, oh my God, like a rabbit out of hell.
Does the rabbit knock down 3 bars?
Yeah.
Does that count as 3 faults?
No, it's just
1 fault.
1 fault.
So we have to do a flawless run.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is this a movie in the making or what? Lenny Rabbits has to do a flawless run. Disney, call now to buy the rights to this amazing film.
They haven't called yet.
Who cares? Because we've got the greatest rabbit-based cliffhanger of all time on our hands. Look at all that stuff that's flashing. Will Lenny Rabbits become a legend?
Why would you go anywhere when there's a cliffhanger like that to be resolved after the break? We'll see you in a moment.
Welcome back to our Euro gap year. And the atmosphere is quite something here at the Lord Stanley, everybody. As we await the results of the rabbit jumping in Sweden, I cross live now to Hamish, who is just over there.
Andy, yes, I hear you. Well, people are going absolutely bonkers here in the audience. Things are insane. They're just screaming at me, put us out of our misery, stop holding it out on us. We love the rabbit jumping as a sport, and we also love Lenny Rabbits as a hero, is exactly what they're saying. And I can't hear the rest, it's too muffled under the screams. Let's cross live back now to the pre-record.
Okay, recap. The Iceman and his beast, Icel, had just done a near-perfect run, leaving our rabbit, Lenny Rabbit, on the precipice of greatness.
I think you're gonna need to make a flawless run.
That's what we need to
Yeah,
win? A flawless run?
No one else has had a flawless run, I have.
No, I don't think so.
The crowd was nervous as we lined Lenny up at the start line.
You know what to do, Lenny. Line him up. Line Lenny up, Andy. No, Lenny, not today, not today.
Our next contenders are Hamish and Amy, and they're competing with Lenny Rabbit.
Good luck, Amy. You're really hot.
This is it, big girl. Do we need a flawless run? You know we love you. You actually remind me of a young me. A little bit. My parents kept me in a hutch.
Lenny was focused. Andy was focused. I was very focused. We just knew we were headed for glory.
One jump, 2 jumps, 6 jumps later.
Go, Lenny!
She was doing it. It was going to be the flawless run.
And then, with only 41 centimetres of jumping between Lenny and victory.
Yes!
Go! Lenny, this is it. This is your final hurdle.
You can do it, Lenny.
Come on, we've done so well.
One more! Greatness is within your paws! Remember what I told you. Lenny. I believe in you, Lenny.
Disaster! And then Lenny decided to chuck it in reverse and truly break all our hearts.
No! Stop filming, you animals! We had it. We had it within our grasp.
We lost it for Australia.
First place, the winner is Isak Granlund and Pilens Hallonkaka.
The Iceman was victorious. And we returned to London.
But at least I still had the horn, so I guess we were winners, Ando. Name that tune.
That is all we've got time for next week of Euro Gap Year. Actually, aren't we forgetting something? Did we not just see that? Don't we need to call last drinks with our favourite Viking horn? Yes. Turn up your TVs if you love cool sounds. Definitely all we've got time for.
I've got better!
Yes. Show's over.
Last drinks, everybody. There's plenty more video. It's not worth a clap. Plenty more video photos at hamishandy.com. You guys can show yourself out if you like, and we'll catch you next week. Everybody, have a good year.
I'll tell you what, next week is massive. Hamish and Andy go hitchhike racing across Europe and see who can hitchhike the furthest over 24 hours.
Is it that way to France?
I mean, come on, that is silly, ain't it?
Can I come in? Yes. You said yes, but your truck's moving.
If you like that, click here.
Did you like that one, Ham?
I did.
Yeah, same. You'll like this next one better.